Testing. 1, 2, 3. Welcome, brothers, to another show. and we are live. Welcome, family, to another show. We are here live in Medellin, Colombia. Today, this is a response live stream to a video our brother did by the name of Search for Huru, which is, some people might consider him to be a pro-black. He does a lot of group trips to West Africa. He actually has African citizenship. And I want to put this video of this live stream a little bit in context. The video title was a little clickbaitish because some things in the video towards the end that were discussed I can definitely agree with. But at the beginning, he did have a guest on that show. I think his name was MB or something. And this is mostly a response to what his statements were on his show. For the most part, Search for Huru, our brother Diane Samir, didn't really say too much about brothers traveling overseas or anything like that. I think he just wanted, maybe do a video about to get some views or whatnot. But regardless, I'm going to go ahead and address this video for the simple fact that as a community of brothers that's traveling the world, we have to be very astute on how we respond to, I would say, propaganda against us, against progressive traveling black men. And that's what I'm going to do. And the funny thing is, I'm about to go ahead and play a video from the sponsor. It's as an actual receipt to how brothers are actually building industries and being entrepreneurs overseas. There's a lot of opportunities overseas. So this video in itself, the sponsorship video, actually is a receipt of brothers making moves. And it's just not the El Louise guys. It's other brothers that I know within this network that are all being entrepreneurs and creating industries and creating jobs overseas. Real quick, I'm going to see who's in the chat. We're going to play the sponsorship video, and we're going to get into it. We got a super chat already by our guy LK. Shout out to you, LK, for the $5 super chat. I really appreciate that, my brother. He says, there are FBA businesses in Ghana, Thailand, Colombia, and DR. Yeah, man, a lot of times when guys are coming at the passport bros, it's really based on projection and assumptions. They're projecting what they would do if they had the opportunity to travel overseas, and they're assuming what they feel like most of the brothers that, as far as themselves and who they know, what they would do if they was around amongst beautiful foreign women. So it's just based on projections and assumptions, and then we're going to address that. I'm going to give a couple of shout-outs. Let's see who's all in the building. Shout out to Ghost Dog Yasuki. He said, I knew you were going to respond to this pro-black nonsense. Yes, I will. And once again, as far as our brother Donald Samir, I know him from a mutual friend. It's like a friend of a friend. I believe he's down there in Atlanta. So I'm familiar with some of the group trips and stuff like that. And this is not a video to, disparage his character in any type of way. Because honestly speaking, I do believe in his movement. I don't have an issue at all with black men, of course, going to West Africa and exploring their options. He has threw a little shade on, guys traveling to South America, as expected from some guys in that sector of pro-blackness. But, keep in mind that, in this world, man, things happen and things come back to me. Remember, we have a large network of traveling brothers, and things might not be always as they seem, for the simple fact that, okay, I'm going to go back to Africa and everything's just going to be hunky-dory, everything's going to be cool. I'm African, right? They still look at you as a gringo. They still look at you as a foreigner, regardless. Trust me, they do. And I've actually heard stories from the friend of a friend, a mutual friend, of some of the trials and tribulations that African Americans go through in West Africa. So I'm not sure why they throw shade so much on South America, brothers traveling to South America and Asia. But we're going to address that in this response video. All right. Shout out to Virgo Forever Fit. He's in the building. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to Jay Clyde. He's in the building. Citizen Lou's in the building. Hey, I'm going to bring some people on. It's going to be an open panel towards the end of the show. Like we always had a similar setup. I'm going to flow for about 20, 30 minutes, and I'm going to bring some guys on to give based on their opinions. Now, I'm not going to actually play their video. I'm just going to have some talking points of what his guest said. And the funny thing about it, the cool thing about it, was the simple fact that it was a sister that actually came on the video, and she didn't throw brothers on the bus like they assumed that she was going to do. You know, she actually was more based on. She was actually telling the truth about black men traveling the world. You know, so I think they assumed that it was a sister that she's gonna come on and kind of disparage brothers from traveling the world. But she actually came on and was just like, well, wait a minute. You know, black men have been traveling the world, circumventing the globe. It was the first group of men that circumvented the globe. You had gold tip piers from the Maya Empire from West Africa all throughout the Caribbean and in South America. We had already been to North America, South America, the Caribbean, Asia. We had already been around the world. All right. The difference between us and the others that you are pretty much promoting in their video of their building industries, and they don't do any of the other stuff, which is weird because these guys actually created the sex tourist industry, in my opinion. You know, we didn't go around the world conquering and killing, and we wasn't genocidal maniacs. We didn't go around the world colonizing everybody. We went around the world and we just simply traded resources, traded, you know, things that we learned about. We showed a lot of people how to forge iron and gold. I mean, we did a lot of stuff when we circumvented the globe. So what that sister was saying was, well, this is nothing new. It's just that for a couple of centuries, you know, due to, you know, our situation in North America, we wasn't traveling like that. But black people have always been traveling. So shout out to that sister that was on that video. Shout out to Rock. So guys, we got 67 in the room. Do me a favor and hit that like button. Yeah, they did forget to mention that part. LK says Dave Chappelle and Tony Tone starting businesses in Ghana. That's very, very true. That's extremely true. So guys, we got 67 in the room. I'm going to play this video real quick. Now the video is about 4 minutes long, but I just want you guys to see that brothers are expanding themselves in different industries around the world. Shout out to my guys at Ella Louise. I'm going to play this quick video and we're going to get right back to it.
Ella Louise Cigars, 1927. All right, my business partner with a different business, a communication company we own, he has a passion for cigars. So he came to me one day and said, hey man, you know, what do you think about starting a cigar company? So I was like, I'm all in. The only thing that I wanted to make sure was that we did everything from the ground up. I didn't want to go white label or anything like that. I wanted to make sure that we did the whole process. I wanted our own tobacco. I wanted to source everything from the farm to your mouth. You know, I didn't want to take any shortcuts. So that's the way we got started.
Cigar smoking, the cigar atmosphere is a lifestyle. It's something that you gotta not only get into, but you gotta learn. And so we started from the bottom. We learned about it. We're steady growing, but we got so much more information that we can pass on, and so much more business aspect of it that we can give to our future customers. So
we have one of the best cigars on the market. It's because of the process we took to get there. We went to different factories, different farms, just trying to find quality, building relationships. Right now, I feel like we have the right relationships to create the right product. We have our own factory, our own rollers, our own tobacco.
In this factory, the family love working every day the cigar. All the people that we have here love your job and put your love in every cigar that we do here. For this reason, we are a factory that has best quality cigar because all material that you use is planting, growing in the air of the most fine tobacco in the world. The premium cigar is a cigar that have large filler, have a Cuban binder, and have a Dominican wrapper. All the people that work here have big experience. In this moment, this roller is putting the leaf in your hands. The leaf that we use is different countries. Different countries give you different flavors. He use a binder for put the filler. process. You can see that he closed and the cigar is ready to do pressure.
We have an aging process, so any cigar that you take of ours, it's been aged for at least 7 years, 7 to 10 years. We're getting this aged tobacco. Everything we do, we try to do it. We try to be perfectionists. Even though we feel like we have a great product right now, we're always out here trying to get better. We're always trying to do more.
The flavor process is a very long and complicated process because each tobacco is unique. So you need to know actually how to get them together, mix them to provide the flavor that you're actually looking for. And that is the reason why it's very hard to keep a flavor. So you have to make sure that of the quantity of the tobacco that you're putting together and how you mix them just to provide the flavor that you're looking for.
Another thing that we do is we create labels for other companies. So if you guys are out there and you have a label and you know it's a white label, you know you took a shortcut, come to us so we can get your complete cigar. You get what I'm saying? You get your own brand, your own tobacco, your own flavor profile. You know what I'm saying? Not somebody else's that you're just slapping a label on.
Come learn about cigars. We've been partnering with some good other people, good other brothers, and we just want to take off with it.
It's kind of been trial and error, but right now we feel like we have a very good quality product, top of the line product. It took us probably about 2 years to get here, but right now we feel like we have some of the best cigars on the market. You know, and if you give us a chance, you'll find out.
And there you have it, right there, fellas. Proof is in the pudding. Excuse me, sorry about that. As you can see, you have brothers building in the Dominican Republic. Shout out to my Ella Louise guys. They're doing good business out there. I think they have business in the Dominican Republic. They got a business in Colombia, Nicaragua as well. So you do have black men building overseas. Now, I want to go ahead and just get rid of that misnomer that's been put out there that black men are only going overseas to enjoy certain festivities. All right, guys? And they're not the only ones. I know brothers out here that own over 48 Airbnbs. You know, I know guys that own entire resorts in Dominican Republic. You got guys that own business all the way in East Asia and Thailand and the Philippines. You got real estate gurus out here in Colombia and Cali, Colombia. You have black men making moves like any other race of men. So I think it's just unfortunate that it's other black men throwing shade. Now, this guy, once again, you know, you always got to be mindful and wary of people that don't cam up and that don't show their faces 9 times out of 10. They don't even have a profile pic of themselves. When they try to throw dirt and try to throw shade, you know, you kind of throwing rocks and hiding your hand to a certain degree. So it's a lack of respect in that in itself. Now, the guy's speaking points or talking points were also based off assumptions. He said in his in the video that he's in the music industry and he travels all over the world extensively. He goes on tours. And you got to think, okay, you're talking about your small circle of music artists that you're around or their associates. Now, we know how the music industry is, right? You know you're going to have, and he was talking about he's toured with major rappers, basically. So you're taking in that element, right? You're taking about the rappers and the guys hanging with the rappers, the entourage, and you're saying that from your experiences, they're going over there to have fun, basically. Why other guys, you know, he was making a statement that in India or something, that, you know, they're more, you know, trying to figure out what they can take or what they can build. And I want to say this real quick, that as African American men, man, we don't necessarily go to a foreign country and have that, take over mindset, take over the industry, hurt the people. We just don't have that type of mindset. We don't come from that. We came, when we was crafted our DNA, we came from an abundance of things in Africa, bro. So when we traveled the globe, like I said before, our mindset was not to conquer and colonize and genocide the people there. So if you're talking about a group of artists that are sitting there having fun, excuse me, that's your particular circle that's not building overseas. Don't project that small entertainment circle on all black men that are traveling the world. And then he was one of those people that I call like a fence rider, because when everybody came on the show and was pretty much was debating him, basically, even the sister. And shout out to my guy Mufasa Shabazz. He got on the show, and it was a real good conversation towards the end. I definitely agree. But to some of the statements they were saying about black people coming together and all that good stuff, yeah, I'm definitely on board when it comes to that. But the fact that you would title the show, black men travel overseas only to trick, while other races travel overseas to build, that's a bunch of BS, in my opinion. You're talking about the same people that pretty much created the sex tourist industry. You're talking about those people? Are you serious right now? So I'm going to go ahead and drop a link in the chat. I'm going to bring some guys on if you want to come on the show. Please, guys, no cursing. We want to keep the video fully monetized. So let me go ahead and drop this link in here. Oh, also, we're going to have Cardell. Hopefully Cardell will be able to come on the show a little later on to talk about the BMT takeover, BMT meetup in Sosua. We're going to kind of give a rundown of what was going on out there in Sosua. Shout out to everybody that participated in the group trip out there in the DR. So I just dropped a link in the chat, fellas. Okay, I don't know who's going to tell you, right, chat? Okay, I don't know what you're talking about there. Got a lot of comments in the chat. Oh, shout out to my dude, Brown Liquor Bear. Shout out to you, brother. So any guys want to come on, I'm going to drop another link. Cambodia, let me read that real quick. Cambodia has a law that states no one over 50 can marry youthful women. Wonder who that law is made for. Let me read that again. Cambodia has a law that states no one over 50 can marry youthful women. Wonder who that law is made for. That's a very good point. Very good point. Let me catch up with some of the people in the chat. Shout out to my guy Jay Clyde in the building. Rodney F. Placer. This channel is awesome. I appreciate that, Rodney F. Yeah, Citizen Lou, it is amazing that other black men are making the most slanderous against. And this is not the first little video. It's actually been quite a few videos, even about me, you know what I'm saying, about black men traveling the world. Like I said, basically projections and assumptions for the most part, guys that don't travel, and it's just strange to me that I don't know what type of mentality that some of these brothers have when you have such a positive and uplifting platform and you have an issue with it. I don't understand that, because this is not one of those channels or movements where we try to beef with other people. We let everybody else do them. It's just when they come for us, we gotta put it out there. We gotta say something. Somebody has to respond, because what's happening is everybody has their own little movement going on. You got the PUA coaches, you got their little movement going on. You got the passport. I'm just call them passport haters, guys that just make assumption videos about other black men, which is very strange to me, because you would never see that coming from any other race of people. It's very rare you're going to see, white guys talking down on other white guys for traveling the world and doing them. So that's something that, hit me by surprise. I'm not going to lie. I thought that the hatred would come from other people, and it's funny, man, because I know they specifically brought that sister on to that show thinking that she was going to throw shade on traveling black men, and it was the polar opposite because the sister was well traveled, and she was able to pretty much say, "Hey, that's not the only thing that's going on out here," you know. And on top of that, you know, they did say that it was like, "Hey, you know, black women are traveling, doing what they want to do too." You see what I'm saying? Like, there's no videos about them when they travel the world. There's no videos about anybody but the Passport Bros. You know, like I said, it was several videos done about Passport Bros. There's a couple of videos done about me on YouTube that was totally false, totally untrue. We're getting a lot of haters. The movement is growing, and I understand why the PUA coaches don't like us because they know that eventually, since they're hawking BS, that we're going to take their market share for the most part, and they see it coming. You know, it's only a matter of time how long you can BS men. You know, you can't BS men for years, for too long before they understand that. Say, wait a minute now. What they're saying is doesn't make sense. The thing is, Passport Bros 9 times out of 10 always show some form of receipts, and they show none. All right. Let me catch up with the chat. Shout out to my guy Delano Music. What's going on, brother? He says the black man is the most hated, admired man in the world. That is very true. You know, it's funny. Oh, motivation. Hold on. We got 109 in the building. Let me see how many likes we got, man. I don't want to play that. Hold on now. We got 56 likes, and we got 107 in the building. Y'all going to force me to go ahead and play the Any Animals video, man. And I'm going to get back to your statement after this video. But dudes, do me a favor and hit the like button. But we're going to go ahead and play.
Indiana move. We from Indiana. We some Indiana move. I'm an Indiana move. She an Indiana move. We from Indiana. We some Indiana move. Tell her, hey. Tell her, hey.
Oh man, I'm sorry guys. That's like one of the funniest videos, man. They thought they was getting it, and hey yeah, bro, look at Barry. You be playing that video too. Yeah, that video never gets old. The sister in the corner, she just sells it like she in the corner like what I got myself into. I hope that wasn't one of her baby daddies, man. He said the coordination is impeccable. Y'all want me to play it one more time? Put a 1 if you want me to play it one more time. Oh, let me play it one more time, man. We're gonna get back to the show. This is hilarious though. Let me play it one more time. Shout out to you, Jay Claddock, once again. Hold on.
Here, Indiana move. We from Indiana. We some Indiana move. I'm an Indiana move. She an Indiana move. We from Indiana. We some Indiana move.
Hey,
hey. Tell her, hey.
This where they get it too.
Hey.
Hey, I don't know what happened at the end. At the end, it got weird. Yeah, man. But enough of that, man. Hey, do me a favor, guys. Just hit that like button for your man. Hit the like button for your boy. Shout out to Motivational Movements. He says, you heard Greg Adams now is saying traveling makes sense. Let me tell you, man. I was talking about traveling back in like 2017, 2018, and I was literally ran off of so many pounds, bro. You know, I mean, talking about like a dog. And I'm just telling brothers, hey, man, instead of complaining about the women, you know, the lack of feminine and submissive women that you would like, why don't you just get your passport and expand your options and travel overseas? I was called all types of cowards, and I'm running, and real men are run for their problems. I'm like, bro, we're not running from a problem. It just, I mean, bro, you're going to have a sector of men that like to travel the world like any other race of people. You know, like, it's not an issue. It's no traveling the world. First of all, most black men don't even have passports. So this little small niche sector that we in, you know, we're going to promote it to the best of our ability, man, because we want to get the word out there. And I love seeing more brothers getting their passports because that does help you. You know, any guy that's traveled to Brazil or any other country, you know when you get back to the States, you've changed for the better in most cases. You know, like that when you get off, especially that very first time when you leave America and you're in a foreign country and you don't speak the language and everything is different. Everything is different. The people are different. The air is different. The food is different. You know, once you get past that initial culture shock that most people go through when they visit a new country, you get comfortable. You start experiencing things. You start experiencing the culture, especially in Brazil. You know, especially in that Afro type of culture, man. And you see that, you be like, wow, man. Like I didn't. It's like a new beginning for yourself. You know, and that's what I want brothers to experience more. Because when you go back to America, your life has totally changed from then on, from then forward. You know, you're not going to tolerate certain things when you can just go elsewhere. You're not going to sit around and be miserable any longer, because you know, hey man, you know I can just go here. I can just go over there, and your money goes a lot farther. And 9 times out of 10, if you not in Europe somewhere, you're not in Sweden and everything, or maybe Japan. In most cases, your money flips a whole lot better. So yeah, he says, Motivation Movement says, you heard Gray Adams now is saying traveling makes sense. Everybody is saying it now. Everybody. Kevin Samuels is mentioning traveling now, telling brothers, hey man, yeah, definitely, yeah, travel. I travel. Yeah, most definitely travel. Now it's getting out there a little bit because a lot of people see that we at the point of no return, basically. Let me see if it's my guy Cardell. Okay. So yeah, man, let me drop another link in the chat. Oh, I didn't even see you down there, brother. My bad. Oh, guys, I didn't even see y'all. I'm sitting here. My bad, fellas. I didn't even see y'all in here. What's going on, everybody?
What's good? What's up, man?
Salute, fellas.
What's
Oh,
up?
we in here today. We in here. I was wondering where everybody was at. I'm like, we in here today.
What's going
on, everybody? Oh, is that my dog, Mick? What's going on, Mick?
What up? What up?
Nah, I left my damn hold up. So we'll start off with my guy, Mick. What you think about the subject, brother?
Oh, man. Hey, you know what? When I heard this subject, I said, you know what? I got to chime in on this because I see a lot of flags thrown on this play that's unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
Brothers getting shamed for traveling, just automatically assume that, you know, brothers travel to, you know, seek out mangoes, which could be furthest from the truth, you know? So we've got to do everything possible to change that narrative. You know, I mean, it's insulting. It's insulting to the intelligence of black men who travel, who earn their money, and who work hard for their money, and they want to travel, explore the world, and all of a sudden they put this stamp on, like, hey, we, you know, brothers are traveling to trick it up, which can be furthest from the truth. So that's one of the main reasons I want to get on this platform to share what, you know, brothers who are like-minded, who are willing to change that narrative, that black cloud that's kind of cast over cast over us unfairly and unjustly. Because we work hard, you know, to travel.
And Mick, you've been with me in the meetings and stuff like that. You already know what's going on out here overseas.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, man. Like it's just amazing that people will put that out there, and it's coming from other black men. That's the most shocking part to me.
It's coming from a lot of black men who have female tendencies.
Oh, there you go. There you go. That's what's up. Delano Music, what's going on, bro?
Let me. I gotta fix this so I can show my face.
Nothing much, man. I'll be patient because I know those 3 people that went ahead of me. They already signed in, so they could talk before me. I'm good. Okay, Citizen Lou, you there?
Yes, sir.
Oh, you got that. You got another profile pic. What's going on, brother?
That's me in Guadalajara.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
what's going on, brother? What about this subject?
Man, you know, I actually got some. I actually wrote down some points I wanted to bring to the table about this. So, when I saw the title, right, he said black men travel to trick non-black men. He means pretty much white people. Don't, and they build. So that's pretty much another form of white supremacy. right? Remember I was telling you that bringing white supremacy to the travel community in Africa and stuff like that, just to shame black men. Another one, I heard, they'll say like, "Oh, y'all ain't doing nothing." Like I saw somebody in chat talking about this. Y'all got a little cigar stand. See, that's just what it is. It's just hater. We can never. You can never please a hater. It don't matter what we do. We can have $100 million estates in Colombia and Brazil combined. That ain't nothing. They're just gonna compare it to some, like some white people, a huge group of white people. The next one, I want to say this too, guys. There's a book called The 4 Hour Work Week, and the guy brought up that the actual definition of entrepreneur started out meaning taking resources from a lower yield, like where you get a low return, and bringing it to a higher yield. So the US dollar is a resource where in America you get a lower yield for it, right? Where in a bank you get like what 0.8 or something. When you take it to Colombia, Brazil, these other places, you get like a 10x return. So exchanging currency and living in foreign places is a form of business and entrepreneurship. It's an entrepreneurial endeavor. So so that's a whole, so this whole, they act like this is so annoying, bro. This is how you know most of these people don't travel. I saw this dude over here he getting sex dolls. I ain't gonna say his name, I ain't getting no promo, but he made a video about this, right? And I'm like, see, this is who the haters are. Like you said, faceless trolls who ain't got nothing going on in life. And when they do go somewhere, they slumming and they hating on brothers who are showing their receipts and having a blast and living life. And like you said, they projecting that what they got tricking or whatever. That's what they will do if they were in our situation. So they mad and they just assume we doing all these things. And then I'm gonna say this last and wrap it up, passing my brother to the right of me. Somebody was like, "Oh, I heard somebody died over there." Bro, people die every day. I mean, that's just crazy to me, bro. We can't have this scary, "Ooh, they gonna get you, boy." Ooh, we can't have this boogie, this boogeyman, attitude. Like, y'all better not get off there, boy. They gonna get y'all. They don't like y'all over there. We can't have that attitude, man. We gotta be strong and stand on it, man. And that's why I'm glad you got this whole, I'm glad we got this movement, man, because we do got to stick together when they bring them pitchforks out at us. But yeah, I'm done, man. I'll pass the mic, fam.
Most definitely. We got Big Will in the building. What's going on, Big Will?
Yo, what's going on, fellas? What's going on, man? Hey, big ups to you here for just standing up in this space, man. Man, we've been dealing with this since we was on the plantation, man. Some cats wanted to stay on the plantation and some wanted to look for a better life. So it is sadly, it's a narrative that has continued and probably will, man. I was looking in the chat, and I don't understand why it takes energy to be angry or to hate on anything, like even just in a conversation. It's easy to show love and to give that. So I don't even know why that's an issue. But when I was looking at the comments, you had guys in there talking about the whole cigar thing, and I'm like, I don't know if anybody took business classes before, but I mean, it's cheaper to source product in other countries when you use American dollars, and you can turn $1 into $5, and you can get cheaper costs of labor. You help the local communities. You get to learn. You get to be the forefront of that community. We didn't get the chance to be in the forefront here in America when they did that great the Great American Land Grab for all of the land over in the West. When they was colonizing the West, we wasn't a part of that. So it costs too much to even do business here in America. And it's better to look at your opportunities outside of this place, man. And I just shout out to all the brothers that ain't doing nothing but talking about positivity in this space. Each one teach one, and keep up the fight. Hey, I plan to do it with you, brother.
Oh, most definitely, man. Like that background too, though, bro.
Hey, man, I'm trying to get started out here, man.
Okay. And I think we got Michael. Is that Michael in the building?
Oh, yes.
How you doing, brother?
Good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I was just going to throw something on there. I watch Dinosaur, and I think that brother was really disingenuous yesterday by saying that.
Hey, man, you cutting in and out a little bit, brother. You barking out a little bit.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I just wanted to say that brother yesterday, I watched him. He was very disingenuous, about everything he said. Because the most black men traveling the world are African American, Nobody else has the power to travel like African American. I'm African but live in America, right?
Mm-hmm.
People in the continent, they can't even travel inside the continent. So who's he talking about? He was throwing the shit in on you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Then he goes on down his channel talking about all this return to Africa. We're gonna build this. How many hood do we have in America?
Mm-hmm.
Detroit, Houston, Atlanta, DC, California. Why he's not building up here? I felt that was a very hatred towards your fellow brother, and I felt like I had to come on the channel just to give you my take on it. Thank you.
Okay, cool.
I appreciate
it. Delano Music.
Oh, that was your phone?
Yeah.
Nah, I took big offense to that thing because, like, personally, for me, I went traveling. I ramped up my traveling because of my business.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a DJ, and I went straight to Ibiza. I was like, forget it. I'm just gonna go to the Mecca. I mean, of course, people go and be like, yeah, oh yeah, there's women. Of course, you go run into women over there, but I feel as though most men travel just to learn something new.
Mm-hmm.
The woman, I guess, is a compliment to it, but I tell you, man, black men are, like I said in the comment, black men are probably the most hated / admired men in the world at this point. Because everybody, you leave the U.S., and what they always talk about, some hip-hop, Beyonce, all the athletes. They never bring up country music.
Mm-hmm.
We're admired, man. And you got a lot of black men that have self-hate, which is very disturbing. I don't understand it. I do not understand it. And I get it a lot because a lot of people see that I'm traveling and whatnot. But I don't know. That's an internal battle that those men have to fight, and they have to like reconcile what's wrong with what's wrong with their lives. You know, we can't help them. Maybe some therapy or whatnot, but it's definitely not helping the cause.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's contributing to like what's going on with the woman as well, because then they self-hate, they hate us even more. We're traveling. Well, look why we're traveling. Look at yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but that's all I have for my input on this, man. I hate it.
Yeah, man, it's very disheartening to see people put out disinformation, and it's your own. And it's your own, you know.
Yeah, it's like the brother said. Have y'all seen Game of Thrones?
No, I haven't watched Game of Thrones like that.
Yes, I love that show. Well, I
You
hate
love it.
last season.
So, yeah, the last season was whack. But I'm gonna tell you this, right? Yeah, it sucked, man. I'm like, Aaron don't know what we talking about, so I'm just gonna give a quick synopsis. So there was a group called the Sullied, right? And they're eunuchs. They can't have sex, and they all bow down to the queen. And they're the warrior slave class, right? And that's what you're seeing right now. This is the warrior slave class trying to get us back, trying to round us up, and try to shame us back into the queen's grasp.
Well, they're definitely selling.
Right, yo. Yeah, these are Sullied, exactly. These are not, kings and rich. These are, like you said, faceless trolls most of the time.
Yeah, This is disturbing. It's disturbing. I just don't understand the self-hate. Like, do you hate your life so much that you hate that you can't get women over here, or you're just frustrated, like, oh, that's not the option to leave the country and meet and explore a better life. I don't agree with you making $50,000 here and living like your $200,000 a year job over in Brazil or Sao Paulo or something. Like, I don't get it.
Man, good point, bro.
I don't get it. Why wouldn't you do it? Why wouldn't you?
That's another good point. Because you don't have to start a business. Sometimes you can just have a job. You can have like actually, I was gonna do a stream about that after this on my channel. Top careers you can do for remote work, because it's starting a business. It takes some time and money. You got to kind of know where you want to be. So in the meantime, you definitely want to find something that's a type of career that's going to allow you to travel.
Most definitely, man. Yeah, I set a reminder on that video. I see you had posted it yesterday. I'm definitely going to check it out and participate.
I appreciate it.
Shout out to Malcolm Hester with the $5 super chat. I appreciate that, my guy. I'm gonna swing it back to you, Mick.
What's up? Okay. One of the things as I was listening to the other brothers, one of the things that popped up to me was, you know, my theory on this self-hate, you know, that's coming from these men, you know, who just hate on brothers who travel, is that a number of them are just they don't have the ability to travel. So it's more comfortable for them to sit back and criticize those or shame those who can travel. They could be in any situation. They could be one of those bored house husbands, or one of those brothers who just can't legally or financially travel. One of the things for me, traveling is liberating. You know, it's like freedom papers. You know, being able to get up and, you know, book your flight and travel the world, and, you know, to me that's like exercising your freedom. So I mean, it's just that some brothers, I believe, are in a situation where they don't have that ability, and the only thing they can do is just shame those who have that ability to travel. You know, I mean, it's sad, but it exists. You know, and within our community. You know.
Yeah, it's you know, it's funny, man, because I kind of know why Search for Huru did that. He titled that video, you know, specifically, of course, to, you know, raise eyebrows, get people to click on the video. But I noticed that he had did a video, I think a month or two ago, right? And he showed, the video title was why I'm only a one woman guy now, something like that. But in the thumbnail, he had a picture of himself alongside an Asian woman, right? So in the comic section, you know, all the sisters, because he has a pretty much pro-black movement. He has like 100,000 subscribers. I'm going to assume that most of them are probably going to be women, right? And they were just roasting him in the comment section. So I felt like, you know what? In his eyes, he was like, okay, let me see if I can get back in the good graces of the sisters by throwing brothers under the bus. Let me tie this video this way, because you know how brothers do it. Oh man, you know, I pissed off some sisters. Let me see how I can get back in their good graces. Let me do a clickbait-ish type of video. And the funny part was the sister that he brought on the show that he assumed was going to throw brothers under the bus. She did the total opposite, because she's a well-traveled sister. She's intelligent. She was like, yo, ain't nobody really worried about that. You know, she was like, nah, brothers has been traveling the world. This is nothing new. Men gonna pretty much do what they do, regardless, you know, of what type of race, you know, they are. You know, this whole high standard that black men have to walk on from other black men, you know, like you got to walk this certain way or you're doing it the wrong way. If you're not going to Nigeria, then, you know, because his whole thing is he likes to throw shade on brothers traveling anywhere else besides Africa. You know, and I'm sitting here like, bro, men gonna travel where they want. People gonna travel where they want to travel. You know, listen, some brothers, some black people don't want to go to Africa, and that's okay. You know, or they just simply traveling the world, but you can't criticize everybody else if they're not setting up shop in Nigeria like you chose to do. That was your decision, and that's what you decide to do. But don't act like you don't have problems like every other expats have when you're in a foreign country just because it's Africa.
Let me say this. I mean, you mentioned something that I want to touch on, something about him appeasing black women probably out of fear of them attacking him. We got to get our foot back on the ground and let these women know, like, look, you know, we're going to stand our ground regardless, and we can't be afraid of them because they know how to galvanize and get together, right, and attack. I just want to mention that is that, you know, we, in the lack of better words, I just want to say, like, we can't fear them just because they know how to get together. We need to stand our own principles too as well. So if we want to travel as black men, we should be able to travel without any kind of fear that our black women, our black sisters are going to shame us or hate us. Because they will try to do that.
That's a good point.
I will also want to mention is that, oh God, I lost my, my bad, I lost my point in that translating that. But yeah, I mean, wherever angle this guy was trying to do, I mean, he knows, sex and controversy sells. Period. So that might have been his whole angle. Why he did what he did.
Mm-hmm.
There it is.
Most definitely. Citizen Lou. Lou, you there?
What's up, Eric? You hear me, bro? I'm here, bro.
Yeah. Now you say you doing a video after this stream about
right
nomads?
after this.
Okay.
Top careers for remote work. I got a list of careers of people I've ran into over the last couple of years, and myself included. And it just because there's a lot of careers I didn't even think, like a lot of like healthcare, right? Like that's one. Like I didn't even know you could travel, but you can. And there's another one was architect. There's a lot of these jobs you can get, but I have those require some schooling or whatever. But there are some that don't require as much schooling for people who need to, kind of get it in and get it out now. So I got a whole list. Right? Yeah. So right after this stream, brother. Can I put it in the chat? Man. Can I put it in the chat, bro? Or?
Yeah. Most definitely, man. You guys sub to Citizen Lou's channel, man. You've been dropping some good content, bro.
Man. Just trying to help the bros out, man. I wish I had, some more people like this, to help me out when I step foot in Mexico. I ain't have nothing, you know what I'm saying? But hopefully I can help the next brother who's doing it. He can streamline his process and have, the 3, he can go past the 3 years, you know what I'm saying, and be right where I am, you know what I mean?
All about positive networking.
Yeah, trust me. I'm 29 and I will be watching that video. Trust me, because I'm trying to do the same thing right now.
Facts.
Yeah, man. Like it's nothing like making American money abroad. Nothing like it.
Yep.
Man, I told my friends, I was like, man, I went to a one-night concert from 10 at night to 8 in the morning, open bar, 300 reais. That was around $75 back in 2019.
Wow.
Yeah. Open bar all night. Where you gonna get that?
Right.
So that was a Red Smith. Hold on, let me read this comment real quick, man. He says to travel to trick is okay, to travel to build is okay, or to travel and trick together is even better.
Right. Yeah, like that's how Red Smith, good point, bro. Like this is such a false dichotomy. Like, I mean, it's like they making it seem like nobody tricks or whatever. They like the other groups don't trick when they like they building, but they not tricking, and we tricking and not building. It's not how it works at all. Like
because we know if you go to Punta Cana or you go to Jamaica, we know what's going on out there.
Right, we know what's going down. You know what I'm saying? And another thing too, somebody on my video made a good comment. They were saying like, hey, maybe a dude might trick or whatever and like the place so much he end up elevating himself to where he can move and make more money and he can stay in those areas longer. I was like, hey, that's a good point. I mean,
and guess what? Women, they tend not to do that. They go right back to their home.
Yes, they do.
Well, go ahead, bro. My bad.
Now, I'm saying we've been at it for a little minute. I'm gonna go ahead and close out the show because I think we got Cardell coming on to talk about the group trip. Mick, you want to go ahead and close on out with your closing statement?
Oh yeah, man. You know what? My closing statement is this. Hey, I appreciate all the brothers that were on this panel. You guys gave some good suggestions, advice, and whatnot. Let's keep this travel movement going because it's a positive travel movement. Let's keep all the haters below us, and just keep it pushing and continue to build more bridges. That's all.
Most definitely, bro. Most definitely.
Build bridges.
Most definitely. Delano Music.
Hey, this is a strong brotherhood. Use everyone as a resource to build friendships. You never know. Somebody in the group might be the next business partner, and y'all build some multi-million-dollar company. Eh? But definitely get out there. Don't let the whole media and everybody push you back from traveling, man. Let the haters hate.
Good point, man. Good point. My guy, Citizen Lou.
What's up, hey man? You know how it is, bro. Hey,
Well,
like I said,
you looking pretty happy out there in Mexico, man.
man, you know I love Mexico, bro. You know how I feel about Mexico, dog. It's that in Colombia they like neck and neck, but yeah, man, you're right. Hey, I saw somebody in the chat made a good point, man. Yeah, unsubscribe for he said the algorithm simps and passport haters. Yep, because it's nothing but negativity. They just clout chasing off the movement. Tell you, man, like brother before me said, get this about 2-3 years. Man, this gonna be a force to be reckoned with because little do they know they making us stronger. They don't even realize. Like the more they do this, the more we band together. Because you know, like a couple months ago, maybe this stuff might have been like, I might call you like, man, bro, I'm tired of these hate. Remember I used to call you like, but now it's like it's just rolling off my back. You know what I mean?
And we had compiled a lot of receipts that we never put out.
Yeah, we did.
The haters.
Yeah, we had that nuke ready. We had that V2 rocket. But no, we was like, you know what? Let's build. We don't have to destroy. We build. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, man. Like I said, if y'all, you know, like I said, pull up on me on my stream. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do the remote work stream. It's gonna be fun. You know, we always have a good time over there. So yeah, appreciate you, Aaron, man. Salute to you, fam.
Most definitely.
Shout out to the bros in the chat, Passport Bros. Salute. Catch y'all on the next one, man.
Peace. I'm gonna go ahead and I got my guy King Sigma. You there?
Hey, I'm here, bro. Thanks for. It looks like I came in on the back end, but thanks for having me up.
Yeah. I know, we're closing on out, but I want your closing statement, though.
Well, my thought on this is that back in August 2019, that's when we had the infamous passport gate, and at that time it was basically like 2 or 3 weeks of content creators going back and forth about this very issue that you're bringing up today. And a lot of footage and conversation was, recorded at that time. So for me, it's just like a replay of August 2019. But what they don't understand, like I think Citizen Lou was just saying before he got off, is that they're only growing the message. Because again, they're living in a fantasy world. This idea that black men are tricking and they should be building and blah, blah, blah. It's funny to me because if you actually look at a chart from like Delta Airlines or Expedia, right, where they show like the main reasons why people travel, they don't even put economics in the top 10. The biggest reason that people travel is for leisure and health reasons. You see what I'm saying? The main reason is health related because specifically with Americans, of all the Western countries, do you realize that Americans work more and travel less than any other G20 countries around the globe?
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, Americans actually work more and get less paid vacation than Canada.
Yeah. That's very true. That's true.
Yeah, so we just, Americans are like these worker ants, constantly working, and they have horrible health. You see it in the American population, the obesity, the high blood pressure, the bad cholesterol, the risk of stroke and heart attack, because it's one major root, stress. And actually, again, when you look at the travel blogs, they will list the 10 main reasons. It's almost all health related. And you start looking at the top benefits from a health standpoint for why travel is important for men. If it's one thing alone, it raises your testosterone levels and it lowers your stress levels and cortisol levels. That's what we discovered in this the first go round of this passport gate thing. So I'm not surprised that the plantation bros are back at it again. Because
I like that. Plantation bros versus passport bros.
Because they are the descendants of the snitches from the American plantation. And I was listening to you and I'm like shaking my head because I'm like, man, BMT just now really starting to understand what we already been understanding. Because you're sitting up here trying to figure out why is it that it's the men that are going harder at other black men than the females. See, the females are just sitting back, enjoying the show, watching black men prove that black men fail to work together on average. They love it. That's why the black matriarchy, I say, will always win. Because you either have to leave the black matriarchy or you are going to be consumed by that order, that social order that's already been in place for 500 years. That's the only choice you have. Build a new one or submit to that matriarchy. So the guys that are putting out that message This is their way of submitting to the black matriarchy in order to grift dollars. That's all it is. Grifting of dollars, or a form of coping mechanism, because they can't do what you're doing. They're very envious, bro. Again, these are the descendants of the snitches from the American plantations. We've done the research, bro. Most slave rebellions failed because the house Negro and the master's bed wenches snitched on those that were willing to make an escape.
Exactly. Very good point.
And that's all you're dealing with here. This is just the social media version of that. So when you hear these guys talking about white supremacy, are you familiar with David Duke? You down there in the South?
Of course. Yeah,
okay.
We all know who he is.
Okay. So if David Duke came on the news and he was saying exactly the same thing these guys are doing. Hey, black men being the brutes that we've always said that they were, the ones that we put in the movie Birth of a Nation, they're going overseas and doing the same thing. And he said, I'm coming out with a film called International Passport Black Men, showing us as the brutes that they did in the Birth of a Nation. Wouldn't these be the same buffoons saying white supremacy? So why is it okay to put out propaganda to undermine black men that are traveling for whatever health reasons they are traveling for, whatever leisure, even if it's hedonistic? Why is it okay for them to put out the same exact message that if David Duke and the Klan put out, they would be on TV saying that this was white supremacy? I'm asking you, Aaron. I'm asking you.
I mean, that's a very good point, though.
So this is what I'm saying. This is more proof that the biggest impediment to the black majority's progress, it's not whites, it's not Asians, it's not Latinos, it's actually blacks themselves. And those black men that you're referring to, that's why I don't use the term racism. I use the term misandry, because misandry is inclusive of all people that hate men, and anti-black misandry, all those that hate black men. See, again, that's why I like that term, because it includes anyone. You could be black, you could be a male, you could be female. If you hate black men, then you're included in that. And that includes other black men, because there are a lot of castrated black men out here. And I heard you guys mention the Unsullied from Game of Thrones. Do you know what the title of one of my passport videos was back in 2019? The Eunuch Initiative. That was the name of my videos for that exact reason. I was pointing out back then to these people that what you had is an army of eunuchs begging, drooling for the opportunity to get with the least competitive woman on earth. And when they see you skipping over that least competitive woman, they get angry with you. You see what I'm saying? Because they look at it like, why is it someone like you could find a better feminine product? Why don't you have to suffer just like I am suffering on the plantation? That's why so many slave rebellions were overthrown and snitched out, because those guys that didn't plan, those guys that were afraid to run, they said, if I can't have freedom, you can't have freedom. And that's why I always say that Frederick Douglass is the face of the passport bro free choice movement, because he was the smart slave. He said, I'm not telling nobody. I'm gonna learn how to write. I'm gonna fake this pass. He was original passport bro, and I'm getting out of here. I ain't telling nobody. And he bounced. He was one of the smart ones. The dumb ones went around trying to get as many people as they could. The smart ones said, I'm only going to bring as many people that are necessary for the escape. So if it took 2 people because they needed you to row the boat with them, they would bring 2. But if one dude could make that 20-mile jog and make that 10-mile swim and put himself in a box on a train to the north, he was going it alone. And you brothers better get comfortable going it alone, because 90% of these people are against you. They would rather see you die, miserable, dying at the age of 50 years old, than to see you smiling 4,000 miles away from this American plantation. And you better get used to it, because we've been fighting this thing for 2 years now, and we're just getting started.
Man, drops mic, bro. Fire, man. Nothing but facts stated, bro. I couldn't close the show out any better than that, brother.
Thanks for having me on, bro. Man. You keep doing what you're doing.
Hey, man, we're going to do
a moment is coming. I can't wait to the day when I see 50 Cent, when I see Lil Wayne throwing up hashtag SYSPM, passport bros, and then all these suckers and these busters and these dick riders on YouTube, they're going to come running over here like nothing happened. They're buffoons. And watch what I tell you come true. I'm out.
Peace, bro. Peace. Appreciate you coming on the show. Man, that was a good one. That was a good show, brothers. I appreciate you joining me. My brother King Sigma and the rest of the panel dropped nothing but facts. As you can see, this movement is going to grow. This movement will not be stopped. Like I said, it's a lot of big shade being thrown at it because people see it growing, but it doesn't matter, man, because this is the truth. All right, this is one of the better options for black men, really men in general, but especially for black men. So, guys, once again, appreciate you joining the show. I'm trying to bring Cardell on a little later to discuss the group trip we had in Sosua. All right, guys. Peace.